want to talk about cybersecurity and the risks of joiners and leavers and people changing their jobs, because we're seeing quite a lot of breaches where people that have left have still got access to your systems. Test accounts is another really bad one, but let's just focus on people joining and leaving the organization. Now, I do wonder sometimes in the world of IT if people just like meet someone in the pub and they go, oh yeah, can you come and work to us? Can you start tomorrow? I know people get very frustrated. They go, I bring us up and they go, I've been here 2 weeks, I still don't have a computer or email. How am I supposed to do any work? I haven't got any access to these systems. Now, all of these things can be avoided by creating a joiners, leavers, movers process, IMACS, MACS, whatever you want to call the acronym. The purpose of this is when somebody's joining or leaving the organization or changing their role, we simply need to have a way that human resources and IT know about this so they can put the necessary process in place. It just needs a little bit of joined up thinking. It's not complicated, especially in a small organization. So if Bob is going to leave in a couple of weeks' time, we can have a form to fill in, we put in the date they're leaving, and then we can disable their accounts as they leave. Obviously, if it's a disciplinary issue and they're leaving immediately, that requires more planning ahead for those kind of issues so IT can get access, their access as quickly as possible. And obviously, if they're an IT person, you need to be super careful with this, because IT people have got lots of access to lots of different systems, and you definitely don't want to leave their access running after they've left. Even if they're very honest, it's just a risk to the business that you don't need. And IT people, please don't create test accounts with default passwords. Use a password manager, come on. Anyway, when people change their roles, you want to make sure that their permissions have been checked and they've no longer got access to the systems they no longer need access to, and also they are having access to licenses they don't need anymore. You might need a bit of a transition period. This might require a bit of planning. Joiners coming into the organisation, same process. You need to plan a few weeks ahead, and there's no excuse for this. You don't just randomly hire somebody, or you might, but there's usually a bit of time. So tell IT that you're going to be hiring some people. You need to make sure that they've got equipment ready. We like to say 1 or 2 weeks, because that gives plenty of time to get the machine on their desk ready for the day that they start. If you hire somebody, don't tell IT for 2 weeks and then complain that they're still not able to work. That's just going to frustrate IT and put us in a bad light. So have a process with a form, coordinate between human resources and IT, depending on how big the organisation is. Make sure there's a really strict process and it can't be bypassed. Now, once I had a problem where we broke someone's payroll. They couldn't run the payroll, so they had to do it manually, and they found they were paying 2 people that no longer worked for the organisation. So it's critically important for this process, both in terms of cybersecurity and in terms of wasted money. You don't want to be spending money for people that don't work there. You don't want them hacking into your systems, and you certainly don't want to give them access and paying for licenses that nobody can use. Thanks very much for watching. Look forward to speaking to you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.